Stop wasting your money on cheap travel gear and start upgrading to gadgets that actually last. Hey, Johannes from Gear Up Your Life here. Today I'll show you 15 premium travel gadgets for 2025. Items that are absolutely worth every cent and will completely upgrade the way you travel. If you've ever wondered which gear is just hype and which stuff truly changes the game, this video will give you the answers. Let's kick this list off with the one thing that makes or breaks every trip: your day pack. Sure, you can get away with a $30 Amazon backpack until the zipper explodes on day 3 or you're that person juggling their laptop, water bottle, and passport in front of airport security. That's why I switched to the NioSmart Herman Pro half-roll top. This thing is basically the definition of premium done right. You've got a separate padded laptop compartment that actually fits modern 16-inch devices, a main section that opens wide like a suitcase, and even a Fidlock magnetic buckle that snaps open in half a second. Super satisfying, by the way. Plus, the fabric is waterproof and stain-resistant, which means if you spill airport coffee all over it, yes, guilty again, you just wipe it off and keep moving. And the hidden zipper pocket on the back for your passport? That alone has saved me multiple heart attacks when I'm sprinting through customs. It's definitely an investment piece, but here's the kicker: you don't even have to pay full price. With my code, you'll save 10%, so honestly, there's no excuse left to keep rocking a bag that falls apart before your second trip. Our next upgrade might seem a little unspectacular at first, a tech pouch, but trust me, nothing feels more premium on the road than having all your cables, chargers, and adapters organized instead of tangled up in one big electronic disaster. There are a few solid options out there: Osprey, Bellroy, even Nomadic, but my personal favorite is the Peak Design Tech Pouch. It's built like a tank, with water-resistant fabric, beefy zippers, and this clever origami-style layout that lets you see every item at a glance. No digging, no stress. And here's the kicker: it actually keeps its shape, even when you overpack it with way too many cables, SD cards, and random gadgets you swear you'll need. Sure, it costs more than a budget organizer, but so does missing your boarding call because you were fishing for a charger at the bottom of your bag. Next up, something every traveler needs but most people cheap out on: a universal travel adapter. And here's the truth: those $10 no-name blocks from Amazon, they break, overheat, or simply don't fit properly in half the sockets you'll encounter. That's why I use the Apica universal adapter. It covers outlets in more than 150 countries, and the build just feels solid. No wobbling, no sparks, no cheap plastic. It's got both USB-A and USB-C ports, plus built-in surge protection, so your laptop doesn't fry the first time you plug into a questionable hostile wall. It's one of those upgrades you don't think about until you need it, and then you realize it saved your trip. Honestly, for something you'll use almost every single day abroad, spending a little more here is a no-brainer. Our next gadget is one of those little upgrades that completely changes how you travel: the Anker Wall Plug Power Bank. On paper, it looks simple. It's just a power bank with fold-out prongs. But here's the thing: once you've used one of these, there's no going back. I used to carry a separate power bank, a wall charger, and at least 2 cables, which meant my tech pouch looked like a spaghetti factory. And of course, I'd always forget to charge the power bank itself before a flight. So when my phone hit 2% at the airport, I was out of luck. With the Anker, it's just one brick that does it all. You plug it straight into the wall at night, it recharges itself and your devices at the same time, and then you throw it in your bag in the morning with a full battery. At 10,000 milliamp hours, it'll give you 2 full phone charges and still enough juice to top off a tablet. It's compact, reliable, and honestly just feels smarter than juggling 3 different chargers. For me, it's the difference between panicking at the boarding gate and casually streaming a movie on 20% battery with zero stress. Now let's talk about the one gadget that's so small it almost feels silly until it fails on you at the worst possible time: a charging cable. Last year alone, I went through at least 10 of the cheap ones while traveling. They fray, the connectors bend, or they simply stop charging after a few weeks. And every single time I ended up standing in some random airport kiosk, paying double for a replacement that I knew would break again. That's why I finally switched to a Kevlar reinforced charging cable. It's thicker, nearly impossible to tangle, and honestly feels like it could tow a car. I've used mine for over a year now, and it still looks brand new, even after being shoved into hotel sockets, twisted in airplane seats, and wrapped around power banks 100 times. Sure, it costs a little more up front, but the math is simple: buy one premium cable once or keep rebuying 10 cheap ones. For me, that's the easiest travel upgrade decision ever. Gadget number 6 is a tech essential that should never be missing from your bag, right next to your charger: noise-canceling earbuds. There are plenty of strong options out there: Apple AirPods Pro 2, Bose Quiet Comfort earbuds, or the Sony WF-1000 XM5, which I personally use. But if you're looking for something compact and under $100, a surprisingly solid pick is the CMF Buds 2 Plus. They give you adaptive noise canceling, a customizable sound profile through the app, solid battery life, and honestly way better build quality than than the no-name buds that barely survive a single trip. I'll never forget sitting on a flight a few months ago. Engines roaring, lights flickering, the usual chaos. I switched on the ANC mode and suddenly, silence. It felt like flipping off the stress of the entire cabin. That's when you realize these aren't just headphones, they're basically a travel sanity button. Sure, they cost more than the cheap alternatives, but once you go quiet, you never go back. Gadget number 7 takes us out of the tech zone and into packing organization, because no premium travel setup is complete without packing cubes. Now, there are decent budget options out there like Amazon Basics or BagSmart. They'll get the job done for a while. But once you try a premium set from brands like Eagle Creek or Peak Design, you instantly feel the difference. The zippers, the fabric, even the compression, it all just works better. I actually started with Amazon Basics about 2 years ago. After 1 year of heavy travel, they were pretty much done. Ripped seams, broken zippers, and honestly, for $30 that was fine. But my Eagle Creek cubes, I've been using them for a year and a half now, and they still look brand new. For about double the price, you're getting more than double the lifespan, and a quality upgrade that makes packing less of a chore and more of a system. Gadget number 8 is all about toiletries, and for me, there's only one winner here: the Sea to Summit Hanging Toiletry Bag. I've tested way too many DOP kits over the years, from cheap nylon pouches to over-designed leather cases, and this one just beats them all. It's lightweight, surprisingly spacious, and the built-in hanger is a complete game changer. Instead of balancing bottles on a tiny hotel sink, you just hook it on the door or shower rod, and everything's right where you need it. Inside, the layout actually makes sense. Zippered compartments, a TSA-friendly pocket, and water-resistant fabric that laughs off leaks. Plus, after more than a year of constant use, the zippers and seams still feel solid. No rips, no busted pulls. Yes, it's a bit more expensive than your average toiletry bag, but it's the kind of upgrade that instantly makes life on the road easier. And honestly, that's what premium travel gear is all about. Our next upgrade is one that often gets overlooked: a premium duffel bag. Sure, your main day pack covers most situations, but for short beach trips, city walks, or even weekend getaways, having a sleek duffel is an absolute game changer. There are plenty of solid choices out there: Bellroy, Patagonia, even Nomadic, but my personal favorite is the Peak Design duffel. The build quality is next level: weatherproof fabric, oversized zippers that glide like butter, and a clean minimalist design that looks just as good at the airport as it does at a cafe downtown. And here's the kicker: this isn't just a travel bag you'll use a couple of times a year. It's the kind of upgrade you'll grab for the gym, for everyday carry, or even as your go-to overnight bag. It feels premium, it lasts forever, and it's one of those purchases you'll never regret. Gadget number 10 is small, sleek, and honestly kind of underrated: an RFID blocking travel wallet. I've shared this one once or twice before here on YouTube and in our newsletter, but it's worth repeating because it actually happened. A friend and I were in Barcelona, late at night in a tapas bar, just enjoying the food and atmosphere. The next morning, he found mystery charges on his bank account. Someone had skimmed his card info wirelessly, basically using a scanner that picks up your card details just by being close enough. Scary, but real. Since then, I never travel without an RFID wallet. My go-to is from Bellroy. Premium leather, slim design, and just enough space for the essentials without bulging out like a George Costanza wallet. It's not the flashiest gadget on this list, but for the price of a dinner out, you get peace of mind. And honestly, it lets you sit back with your sangria and focus on the trip, not on whether someone's digitally pickpocketing you. Gadget number 11 is all about comfort and versatility: merino base layers. If you've watched my last video, you already know I'm a big fan of Unbound Merino. Their tees, socks, and underwear are basically the MVPs of my packing list. They regulate temperature, resist odor, and dry insanely fast, which means you can pack less and still feel fresh on day 10 of your trip. Now, I get it, premium merino comes at a premium price. That's why I've added 2 solid budget alternatives in the description if you just want to test the waters before investing. They won't have quite the same long-lasting quality as Unbound, but they're still a massive step up from cotton basics. For me, merino base layers are the perfect example of a premium upgrade that saves you space, laundry days, and honestly, your dignity when you're 3 buses deep into a travel day. Gadget number 12 is one of my personal favorite upgrades: Stretch Tech travel pants. And my go-to brand here is Western Rise. Here's the thing: you can absolutely travel with normal jeans or chinos, but after a couple of long flights, sweaty city walks, or quick sink washes in a hotel bathroom, you'll instantly realize why premium travel pants exist. Western Rise nails it. The fabric is lightweight, quick-drying, and has just enough stretch to keep you comfortable whether you're on a hike or sitting through a 10-hour flight. They also pack down small, don't wrinkle like crazy, and still look stylish enough for a night out. I've spilled coffee on mine, rinsed them in the sink, hung them up, and worn them again just a few hours later. Try that with regular cotton pants. Yes, they cost more than your average pair, but when one pair can replace 3 different pants in your bag, that's a premium upgrade that actually saves you space and money in the long run. Our next gadget comes with a little disclaimer. If you only travel once or twice a year, you can probably skip this one. It's a bigger investment, but if you travel a lot and want something you can use every single day, it's absolutely worth looking at. The Ultra Human Smart Ring. Unlike a bulky smartwatch, the ring is subtle. It looks like a regular piece of jewelry, but quietly tracks your sleep, recovery, and energy levels. That means in daily life, you get personalized feedback on how well you're resting and when to push harder or take it easy. On the road, that becomes gold. It helps you fight jet lag, adjust your schedule after long flights, and keep your energy up during crazy travel days. And here's the kicker compared to something like an Apple Watch. There are no distracting notifications buzzing on your wrist, no giant screen to babysit, and no subscription fees. Just health insights in a design you don't have to think about. For frequent travelers, it's one of those premium upgrades that pays off every single day, even when you're not on the road. Gadget number 14 is a little different, but for me it's one of those premium lifestyle upgrades, a travel-sized French press. I personally use the Bodum Travel Press, which doubles as both a coffee maker and a mug. It's simple, durable, and honestly makes mornings on the road so much better. That first cup of decent coffee in your Airbnb, hotel, or even at the airport gate, it just changes the whole mood of the day. Now, I've heard from a lot of fellow travelers that Stanley's version is even more rugged and keeps coffee hot for hours, but to be completely honest, I haven't tested it myself yet. Either way, the idea is the same. Stop relying on overpriced airport lattes or watery hotel brews and make something you actually enjoy. It's not a travel essential, but it's a premium little luxury that makes every trip feel way more like home. Speaking of little upgrades that make every trip easier, the gadgets I'm showing you here, they're just a small part of my full Gear Vault bundle. Inside, you'll find my complete database of over 75 tested travel gadgets, all items I've personally used and trust. Plus, you'll get 8 full packing guides with checklists for different travel styles, whether that's a beach vacation, a winter trip, or a budget backpacking adventure. And on top of that, I've included 25 bonus tip cards to make packing and traveling simpler. The best part, it's totally free. Just sign up for the newsletter below. And if it's not for you after 2 weeks, no worries. You can unsubscribe anytime. No hard feelings. Okay, the last one isn't really a single gadget. It's more like 5 in 1. Think of it as your complete in-flight comfort kit. Because while turbulence is mostly out of our hands, sore necks, tangled earbuds, and being that person shivering under an airline-branded napkin, completely preventable. First up, the Tartiel neck pillow. Forget the bulky U-shaped versions. This one is lightweight, packs flat, and actually keeps your head supported so you don't wake up drooling on your neighbor's shoulder. Next, either noise-canceling earbuds or a solid pair of earplugs. Block out crying babies, snack cart symphonies, or the guy narrating his movie to his seatmate. Add a compression eye mask that blocks every photon of light, and suddenly you've got a shot at real sleep, even in economy. For your legs, a foot hammock. Hook it onto the tray table, lean back, and it's the closest you'll get to zero gravity on a budget airline. And finally, a foldable blanket or scarf combo for warmth and versatility. Comfort at 35,000 feet isn't luck, it's preparation. And if you want to see the travel essentials I never leave behind, no matter the destination, just click right here. And hey, a quick thank you for all the amazing feedback on the Gear Vault bundle. I'm so glad it's already helping so many of you pack smarter and stress less on your trips. I'll be back next week with more ways to upgrade the way you travel. Until then, safe travels, and I'll catch you in the next one.